From inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, it's time for North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol. On tonight's show, North Dakota sweeps its way into the NCHC Frozen Faceoff. UND defeats Colorado College 5-1 on Friday night, completes the sweep 3-2 on Saturday night. Coach, good to be back with you again. You get it done in 2 games with some drama on Saturday night.
Never easy to get it done in 2 games, and always a great push from your opposition, especially when you're trying to end their season on that night.
Connor Gorder was asked by a number of people what it is about him and scoring goals in March, and in true Connor Gorder fashion, he just kind of chuckled.
Well, and I think he alluded to something to the effect of hard work and good luck, and really when you break it down, those are 2 pretty good ingredients to start with, and no question Connor Gorder has a good healthy dose of good hard work ethic to his game.
Yeah. Did you like the way you responded Saturday night after a Friday night game in which you admitted you maybe didn't play a 60-minute game?
Well, I thought, Friday night we just felt like we had to work our way into it. We were a little bit sluggish, didn't have great energy, but we really worked our way into playing a good hockey game. Saturday night again started off with I thought an excellent first period, and then just had to work through building a win from that point forward.
All right, Dave, we'll take a look at the highlights of both Friday and Saturday night next here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota had home ice for the 13th consecutive year to begin the conference playoffs. Let's take a look at Friday night's highlights, Dave, and another jammed house inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, getting home ice. We talked about it in last week's show, but what a big advantage for you.
Yeah, it's huge. It's what you work all season long for, and now on this one weekend to go out and take advantage of it.
CC came at you with some pressure early, didn't they, in this game?
Yeah, we knew they would. I mean, they've been playing very well. They've been playing confidently, and they're going to fight as hard as they can to extend their season.
As you mentioned, you felt you had to work through this game like you did parts of practice last week, correct?
I just felt like we didn't have great energy all the way through. Coming off of the run for the Penrose Cup, coming off of a weekend where we had a lot of guys with some sicknesses and illnesses, just not a ton of energy. Well,
despite that start that you had to work your way through, you get a jump start here, 7.5 minutes into the first period, and you go on the power play, and this is going to be Nick Matson making good decisions again.
Well, Nick ends up making 3 different plays here. He picks 3 different options on the power play. The last one, that we're going to see is the finish for the power play goal. Huge at this time of game to start the season.
Yeah. Little 3-high look there on your power play?
Well, there's different options there for Nick Matson, whether he's going downhill, taking it to the net. Now he's got 2 or 3 different middle and high options that he can hit, and he's seeing the ice so well right now that he's just making good decisions.
Without a doubt. O'Donnell fires it in, and of course when Brendan O'Donnell scores a goal over his 4 years, North Dakota is undefeated. And you come back then, your first shift following this goal, you come back out with Gorder, O'Donnell, and Pagansky, and again, they create pressure right off the bat.
Well, that group just, true to form. They just put teams under pressure. They make teams play in their defensive zone and make goaltenders, have a lot of struggles in and around that blue paint.
I thought your penalty kill was important here in the first period and second period as well, as you killed off 2 CC power plays in the first period.
Well, the hidden fact may be that, CC's power play coming in has been at about a 30% clip over the last month or so. It's been outstanding, and we knew that, on our penalty kill, we had a big job to do. And I tell you what, those guys went out and did the job.
Without a doubt. 2 important kills in the opening 20 minutes against CC. Then late in the first period, Zane McIntyre with a fine stop on Hunter Fegis, and it's 1-0 here after 1.
Yeah, it's nice to, to move through that period, have the lead coming out, and get into the locker room, regroup, and get ready for the second.
2 important trends, I think, that really turned the game then in the second period. The first, again, your penalty kill, as CC had 2 power plays in the opening 9 minutes of the period, but you killed both of them.
Yeah, again, and it's the same old thing. It's good goaltending. and just good hard work by everybody in front. You see Zane making a save there, and you see a lot of white bodies around him ready for second pucks or rebounds.
Yeah. Then another factor in the second period, the spark that you got from freshman Johnny Simonson.
Yeah, I thought this young man was a real key for us in our entire weekend, but I thought without question on Friday night he was a huge spark plug for our team and really got us going.
He got you going. He didn't score a goal. He's still looking for his first, but he did so many other things to the team kind of rode his back for a while here in the second period.
If he keeps gaining the opportunities that he's going to score, and when he gets one, he might get a bunch.
He was confident the way he had played in Miami on Saturday night, and he carried that over into his effort on Friday night. Good effort, and you got a spark there from Johnny Simonson. McIntyre stopped all 12 shots he faced in the second period, and then you go to the third period here, and actually later in the second period when you create some separation here and you're going to get 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of the period.
Well, it's always nice to be able to build a lead, and that's what we were able to do at the end of the second. I thought we had an outstanding second period. We had pushed the pace and really kind of taken over this hockey game, and to be able to build a bit of a lead, very important for us.
And it's the Simonson line again creating some pressure, and then Nick Mattson, the team's leading scorer in the second half of the season with the goal.
Yeah, it's hard to explain what confidence does, and right now Nick Mattson is an absolute driving force for our team. You saw the Simonson line just out there working their tails off. The loose puck comes to Nick, and he settles that, he gets his head up, and he puts it away.
So it's 2-0 at that point. And then in the closing seconds of the period, the Connor Gorder line's going to go to work again, and Austin Pagansky is going to make a fine play, and Gorder will eventually get the goal.
Yeah, and I just love the work that these 3 guys put in. Brendan O'Donnell creating that turnover, Austin Pagansky on the loose puck, and just kind of three dogs on a bone, and they just will not give up on it until it's in the back of the net.
3 dogs on a bone. Connor Gorder, the fire hydrant on skates, as you referred to him, right?
Well, just again, you talk about making teams defend and then making it real tough on the opponent's goaltender. Yeah. You see CC's goaltender end up flat on his chest as the puck's going in the back of the net. That's being hard on a goaltender.
That Gorder goal with 3.9 seconds left in the period, you'll go up 3-0. Then third period, you have a quick answer after CC got within 3-1.
Yeah, we gave up a tough one through traffic, a little bit of a sloppy play by our part. But we get it right back with a little bit of a seeing eye shot there by Paul Ledoux,
right?
That their goaltender couldn't pick up through traffic.
I think this one probably stung for CC more than any other goal of the game.
Yeah, I think it really pushed them back on their heels. Rather than trying to build some momentum, we pushed right back.
Yeah, defensemen on the night account for 2 goals and 6 points. Then just a little more than 3 minutes after the Ledoux goal, Troy Stetcher making a good play below the goal line here out to Tucker Pullman.
Yeah, and we just again, it's 5 guys moving on a cycle. You've got a defenseman below the goal line, a right winger up on the point. We get a puck to the net with traffic, and it doesn't go in the net unless Steph Patton is there screening and then going back to it. I don't think Steph gets a piece of it, but he plays a major role in that goal.
He just misses getting a piece of it, but his net front presence again all weekend long was big time for you.
Yeah, and that's a real key part of Steph's game for us, and we'll see Zane help us close this one out, even though it's out of reach here. Key saves for Zane just to keep the door shut.
21 saves for his 26th win of the season, 54th all-time in his career at this night, tying Jordan Parisi for 4th all-time. We spoke with Connor Gorder, Nick Mattson, and Johnny Simonson following the win.
We had to drum the lines this week a little bit. Guys are still trying to get the feel for each other, and towards the third there, we mixed it up again, and I think just, line, mixing it around had a lot to do with it, but, it took us a while to work into it, but I think the last 40 minutes there, we really played what we wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that third goal especially kind of took the wind right out of their sails. I mean, that's really tough. Going down 3, going into the third period, that was a huge goal, but we kind of built to that. We had a couple good shifts, and yeah, that was really important, stretch of the game right there.
I was pretty happy with my game Saturday night in Miami last weekend, and I wanted to build off that tonight. And I felt pretty good in the first, and then in the second I was really rolling, and I was really happy with the way the second went. And our line was moving out there pretty well too, Chiswick and Olsen and I. So I was really happy with the way it went.
Coming up next, North Dakota goes for the sweep. Saturday highlights coming up.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingalls Stat Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Springs Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back to the show. After North Dakota's 5-1 win on Friday night, we moved to Saturday night. Dave, you look for the sweep and punch your ticket to the Frozen Faceoff, and this would be a game in which you would have a strong start to the game and a very cool moment, I thought, on the bench as you got a little help from one of your volunteer assistant coaches, Brendan, your son.
Well, it's one of the great benefits, always being able to have a chance to have our kids around. This is at the start of the game and warm them up, whether it's our son, one of our sons or our daughters. It's awful special.
Very cool, very cool. Great start to your hockey team in the opening 10 minutes of this game.
You know, I said before the game that I always feel these types of games to close out a series, they come down to sheer will and mentality, and I thought our team had an excellent mentality to start this hockey game.
Yeah, you outshot CC to the tune of 8-1 in the opening minutes of the game. Then CC had a pushback of their own, but you had a quick answer after CC grabbed the opening goal, and it's going to all start here with Michael Parks working below the goal line and getting a puck to Nick Schmaltz, and then Nick Schmaltz is just going to make a very patient, wise play to set up his brother.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it's such a key to have an answer at this time of game. As soon as they went up 1-0, you know, this unit finding some chemistry, Parks to Schmaltz, and you know, Nick finds his brother on the back door, and to get that, you know, that first goal and get this thing knotted up was key.
Yeah. How many people in the building were you thinking were saying, shoot the puck?
Well, I know I
was too. But again, he makes Tyler Marble commit is the key here.
Yeah, no quite. I mean, he has a special ability. There's a time where you have to, you know, get into attack mode, and there's some opportunities, you know, certainly for Nick to shoot the puck a little bit more, but he makes the right play here, and his brother makes no mistake and finds the back of it.
First goal for Jordan Schmaltz since December 6th. Second period now after a 1-1 tie. Zane McIntyre called upon here in a big way in the first 5.5 minutes of the second period.
Well, we gave up 2 opportunities off of, you know, just pure rush transition plays where we had turnovers in the offensive zone or the neutral zone, and Zane made outstanding saves on both of them.
All right, how about this play in which Brendan O'Donnell is called for closing his hand on the puck that led to a penalty shot?
Well, I didn't see it from the bench, and quite honestly, you know, as you look at it, you can make an argument either way, but Brendan makes a motion to put the puck under his body. That freezes the puck, so I respect the referee's decision.
Yeah, we don't see many penalty shots, but here is one, and Cody Bradley, who had a strong series for Colorado College, will get the opportunity on the penalty shot, and Zane McIntyre comes up with a big save for you here.
Yeah, you know, Zane made short work of this. It was
he did.
A great patient play on his part, very confident. You know, he stayed big, stayed patient. And just really, you know, allowed Cody Bradley to put that right in his glove. Great save, key play for our team.
Without a doubt. And then just 5 minutes later, after that save on the penalty shot, you're going to regain the lead again, and Nick Matson's in the middle of it.
Yeah, and what a shift this was, you know, again, by the Connor Gorder line. I think we had 3 or 4 opportunities just off of different cycle plays, using the yellow scissor cycle here, and then, you know, again, 5-21. We've seen that. And you know, already in this game, we've seen, in my opinion, 3 of those what I would call mentality-type plays. They're answers, they're big times of the game where guys step up and make a play.
The goal that tied it at 1, the McIntyre save on the penalty shot, and then this goal. Those
Absolutely.
3 plays that you're referring to. Connor Gorder, good weekend all around, but he was really good in the face-off circle.
Well, and that's something that's hidden. Connor didn't lose too many draws, and when you watch him get in the draw here, I mean, it's absolutely, you know, it's going to be a battle if you're going to get in the face-off dot with him. It's pure will. That one goes right off the bar. You know, that's an opportunity where we could have, you know, built that lead and maybe put this one away.
Gorder was 25-9 on the weekend in the face-off circle. Gage Osmus off the iron there. Third period now. A couple of swings here. One in the third period when you have on 5-on-3 power play, but not able to convert on this.
Yeah, and you know that's going to be a little momentum push for your opposition. We had some good looks, we had some good opportunities, but we didn't finish. And you know that now there's going to be a push coming the other direction.
And that push came because less than 2 minutes after that power play, CC is going to tie the game here with Luke Gertis beating McIntyre.
Yeah, Gertis just he finds a little space open, and comes around the backside of the net and is able to find a hole on the short side.
Yeah, so this will tie the game at 2. Gertis coming up right here. And then later in the third period, very late stages of the third period, you have another power play. And I don't know if you call it one of those mental plays of the game, but it was a big play in the game because you give up a 2-on-1 shorthanded opportunity here. And again, McIntyre keeps this a tie game.
Yeah, and that's, obviously that's a critical save for us. I thought our power play did a good job, but we end up giving up this opportunity off of a slow play inside of the offensive blue line. Zane comes up large for us, and not too many seconds later, we're able to find the game winner.
All right, here's the game-winning play. Walk us through it.
A great neutral zone play. We just squeezed it at our blue line, chip it to an area, create the 2-on-1, and then the rest is just a great play by Austin Pagansky with a tremendous finish.
Yeah,
Connor Gorder.
Without a doubt, and it all began with Bryn Chiswick with a good chip play on the far wall. But again, Gorder knew he had nothing on the forehand, and he had to make a quick decision there on the backhand.
Well, this whole play is about being predictable to your teammates, from creating the turnover to Bryn's chip play, and now to just an instinctual speed play at the net on the 2-on-1.
And yet you needed one more play to really preserve this game, and it came with 21 seconds left. Troy Stetcher with a very key block shot here to preserve the win.
Yeah, he does a great job kind of on the back door, getting a stick on puck, and right there, Zane's got a chance maybe to swipe that, but Troy Stetcher's all over it, and that's a huge play.
Well, and you can see the reaction of Zane McIntyre and also Stetcher's teammate of the importance of that play at that point.
No, everybody knows it, and you'll see Troy in this last 30 seconds with a real high battle level, getting pucks out, making that play, and again, helping to close out the series.
Yeah, so you get the stick salute and then the Penrose Cup, which you got in the locker room last Friday in Miami. You get a chance to hoist it here in front of your home fans.
Yeah, most importantly, this is for our fans. Yep. Again, a tremendous, atmosphere in the building, playoff time. Just a special night to be able to present that trophy to our fans and for our fans.
3-2 the final. We spoke with Gorder, Austin Pagansky, and Jordan Schmaltz.
I think there might have been a turnover there in the neutral zone, and I think it was Chiswick, chipped it up. Pogo grabbed it, and it was a quick hitter 2-on-1, and Pogo zousted one over, and I just chipped her, up high.
Yeah. Pagansky and Gorder come in. Gorder backhander. He scores!
You knew you had to go to the backhand there, right, and chip it.
Yeah, there was a guy on my forehand side here, and I didn't want to chance that, so I just, didn't really open up and just held it on my backhand. So
it was a great play by Bryn Chiswick in the center ice, and he kind of chipped it to me along the boards, and I was able to pick it up with a little bit of speed, and I saw Gordy drive the net like he always does, making all the plays, and everything happen, and I was able to get it over the defenseman's stick. He slid down, and Gordy made a great play on his backhand top shelf. So just classic Gordy.
Anytime you can end the 3-game series in 2 games, it's it only helps your team going into the next week. That was a great play by Austin Pagansky and Connor Gorder to send us to Minneapolis.
Coming up next, North Dakota's bound for the Frozen Faceoff. We'll talk about their semifinal date with St. Cloud State.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
The Frozen Faceoff begins Friday afternoon at Target Center in Minneapolis. Dave, you got the 4:08 game against St. Cloud State. Happy with the start time of the game?
Yeah, well, it's within the integrity of the tournament, that's the game that the 1 seed should be playing versus the 4 seed. So absolutely, that's what we were expecting, and we'll be ready and prepared to go 4:08 in the afternoon.
No secrets between you and St. Cloud State. They just swept Omaha in 2 games. So what are you expecting out of Friday afternoon?
Well, we're just going to worry about ourselves. We've got to get ourselves ready and prepared. We're 2 wins into this tournament. Our goal is to be playing Saturday night for our league playoff championship. It's a big job in front of us. St. Cloud State, obviously, we just played them here in a 2-game set. These teams, these players, we're all very familiar with each other. It's going to be a matter of execution, and going out and playing in a great atmosphere.
All right, should be a good time in Minneapolis this weekend. Good luck, Dave. We'll recap the Frozen Faceoff next week here on the show.
Thank you.
We're back to tell you about North Dakota's all-conference honorees next here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Springs Spas and Pool Tables too.
North Dakota is well represented in the Player of the Year candidates and also conference honorees, as the league announced last week. North Dakota has 2 first-team All-NCHC selections, goaltender Zane McIntyre and senior center Mark McMillan, who was the co-leader in conference goals before the time of his season-ending injury against St. Cloud State. North Dakota also had 2 second-teamers, Drake Kajula and Jordan Schmaltz. Zane McIntyre is a candidate for Player of the Year. Of course, McIntyre leading North Dakota to this magical season to this point. McIntyre is a candidate for Player of the Year along with St. Cloud State's Johnny Brodzinski and Denver's Joey LaLeggia. And Dave Hakstol is a finalist for the Herb Brooks NCHC Coach of the Year. Hakstol in pretty common company here with Dean Blaze and Scott Sandelin. So all 3 finalists with strong ties to North Dakota. UND and St. Cloud State start the Frozen Faceoff. We'll recap the tournament next week here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.